exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream. Try and vote every chance I get. You can't change nothing if you don't do.
Could I get any uglier? Jesus, I
I
swear.
pay my taxes even when it hurts.
Damn. That's what happens.
Sometimes I think
Anyway, what are y'all doing? Hey, it's freaking Thursday, baby. One day away from the weekend, man. We're getting there soon. Anyway, it is Thursday, and I'm glad y'all are here to have another Blue Dot family meeting when the family shows up. Anyway, Irene Lambert was the first one to jump in, and followed by Nancy Halverson. Bart Larson is here, and that smart-ass squad Martha is amongst our midst, so y'all be careful. Debbie Marie is here. Dwayne Twizzle, thank you very much. Our archaeologist, John Heron, is here. Howdy-ho, neighbor. Always glad to see you in there, brother. Let me see. Michael Johnson's here. Tiffany Hutchinson. Robin Arnold. Oh, Lord, we got new people in the room. I love to see it. Dina Michael, Carolyn, and John Majesco. Always a pleasure to see y'all in there, darling. I hope you're doing well and recuperating. Jeanette Miller's here. Karen Van Wyk. Hey, our darling, how you doing? Carol Lowe is here. Blue Dot Greeter. I think that's Mark. I'm slow on everything, but I think that's Mark. Anyway, I'm glad you're here, and thank you for doing what you do. Let me see. Who else is here? Penny Hartleben. Oh boy, my mouth doesn't always work right, so forgive me for that. Homer's Reluctant Odyssey. Christopher, I'm always a pleasure to see you in there, brother. It makes my heart feel a little bit better for some reason. I don't know. BW's here. Let me see. Keith Thompson. Rob Marine, how you doing? Tammy Martin's here. Let me get on down here. We won't get this thing started here. A lot of new names in the family. I'm just tickled to death to see that. We grow constantly. David Jones is here. Greg is here. And anyway, it is Friday. And I mean Thursday. Shit, get your days right, John. It is Thursday, and a lot going on in the news. It's heartbreaking every damn time you turn on the news. I struggle with what to say, how to approach it. It's a devastation on both sides, but I'm just so disappointed, and especially the Republican Party, and there's others could be included. That we don't step up. Are you
outstanding?
Well, let's start that out with Homer's Reluctant Odyssey. Christopher just came in with a $10 donation and said, "Thanks for your commitment, John." Brother, I'm going to be here all the time for as long as I can because we all have to deal with this shit. It's like I said, I struggle every day to find words to come on or say or something because who am I? I'm nobody. Shit, I'm just like everybody else out here wandering in the dark trying to poke a hole in something, get a little light in. But this dysfunction of the Republican Party that has been shadowed over us for 6 years, and we're seeing the results of that now with a party that can't find a leader. We got idiots in the Senate up there. Lindsey Graham's little comment that Israel should just flatten Gaza. and just kill everybody in it. What a statesman! What a statesman! And down in the House, we got to pick between an insurrectionist and a white supremacist. Is that what the Republican Party is giving us now? I'm disappointed. I want something better for my country, and I don't know how to get it, how to motivate that except through us, through every one of us, being informed and being involved in our local politics and our national politics, to be informed about what's going on in the world. That's the important part of our input into this, is that we pay attention and we know what's going on. Anyway, Mr. Chick, how are you?
I'm okay, John. Just relaxing and trying to catch up and drinking a cup of tea.
Ah, cup of tea. Well, I will join you in that. Mine's cold. How's yours?
Mine's nice and steamy hot because it's cold here.
But it's still tea.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, good. And Bernadette, how are you?
I'm not drinking tea, but I'm.
What are you doing? What are you doing with the tea?
I'm seriously trying to get caught up here on all the screens, okay? I'm trying to figure out what the hell am I doing is more like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I go through that every damn day. What am I doing?
Sometimes I cannot say hi to everybody in the Blue Dot chat because I got a lot of other things going on. And it is really, really cool to see Blue Dots greeting each other. That is one of the coolest things about.
They say hello to each other as they come into the room.
They do.
It's like family, baby. That's what we are.
It's like, we finally sat down to the table, everybody's saying hi and getting their tea or their coffee or whatever else they're drinking. Maybe it's a little Nipsey or whatever, but it's cool. It's cool to see. No, sorry, I don't get to say hi to everybody. Sometimes my fingers cannot keep up. Okay. But I see you. I do see you.
No.
I'm just going to say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Right?
It covers everybody. We're going to start off this show a little bit different because, as I said, the only thing that changes this is us, is our participation in this system of governance that we have, this democracy we call home. And in doing that, we try hard and sometimes do not accomplish the task at hand when we do our two for blue. Just the other day, we went just the whole show without doing a single two for blue. And we had great conversation and great participation. We just forgot to do the work we're here to do. So in the attempt to not do that again, we're going to start the show off with our two for blues, and that way we can inform you of who to support and why it's necessary that we do. We always say, especially if you live in a blue state with a blue district and you're safe, then you need to concentrate on sending those dollars to candidates in red states, in areas that you could help in. And to start that off, as we always do in this family, we start off with our own Aaron Trombley, a blue dot that started running in her district, in her town, at the grassroots level, and we could not support her enough. So, Aaron Trombley, there's her actblue.com account. You can donate. Aaron for clerk. I know it's a small position, baby, but that's where it all starts. It all starts at a grassroots level. So Aaron is starting down there. Who knows where Aaron can? She mayor? She state congressman? I don't know. U.S.
Run,
congressman?
Aaron, run.
Run, Aaron, run.
Yeah,
anyway.
That's what we're here for. We're just so happy that she's running because she is so enthusiastic about what she does, and she does quite a bit.
She's
man.
all in
So
on this.
go check out Erin and donate $2 to her because she's worth it. She is worth it. She's our own blue dot running in her town. So go, Erin.
And it all starts off at the grassroots level, like we said.
Absolutely.
And also, Bob Casey running for Senate. Oh, shit. Bernadette, where's Bob from? Oh, hell. Where's Bob?
Bob is from Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Jeez.
Yes. And he's got big money trying to fight him out of his seat. So we need to retain this seat in the Senate. You know, our Senate majority is slim to none. So let's keep Bob and
2
add
votes.
more to the list.
We can
Absolutely.
add more. That is the fight, the Senate. It's a very slim margin up there, 2 votes. We cannot afford to lose a single seat, and we need to pick seats up. As a matter of fact, we need to take the
Absolutely.
damn house. That's what we need to do. Anyway,
So go drop Bob $2.
Bob Casey up in Pennsylvania, and Adam Frisch, Jason, he's running out in Colorado to replace Lauren Boebert. If we
Bobo.
Bobo,
Bobo the Clown.
Bobo
Third
the
district
Clown. So
in Colorado.
Colorado's
she
third
needs
district.
replacing.
This is where the rubber meets the road, baby. This is where we can make a difference. Lauren Boebert needs to go, and if Colorado has any sense, they'll do it this time. But
He was so close. He
yes.
was a little over 500 votes last time
I
that
mean,
he
a
missed
hair-
out on
yeah.
taking this seat and knocking her out of the race. So let's go ahead and make sure that he gets over and above Call of Duty this time, because she seriously needs to be
needs
replaced.
to go. She needs to
He
go.
wasn't calling anybody begging for those votes.
Go back to
No, he
escort
wasn't.
service or something. I don't
So
know.
we'll beg for him. Go
And
2 for blue, Adam Frisch.
And one more we're going to do, Ty Pinkins, which is my man. I just love this guy. He's running down in Mississippi for senator down there. He is a war hero, a man who has integrity out the wazoo. And
Yep.
Mississippi is one of those states that, man, we need to really try hard. These are red areas, baby, and just like Texas, they say we're pink now. We're moving, baby. We need to move these things, and
Good
it's
guy. Let's put Ty in that seat
Let's put him
because
in
Roger Wickers needs to go.
anyway,
Yes.
let's get on with this meeting. Anyway,
All right.
I see some hands up there, so let's grab a few people out of the audience down there, and I'm always happy to see Mitch Goldstein anytime he comes into this room. It's always a pleasant conversation. Hey, Mitch, but before we start, because I looked off to my left, I don't want to forget that Carol DeBurs came in with a $5 donation and said, "Congratulations to the Israeli Defense Forces for freeing 250 hostages, and sad Trump for talking shit about Israel." Yes, he did. He came out last night in his little speech talking about Netanyahu being a butt, and somebody else too. He didn't like Netanyahu because Netanyahu called Joe Biden right after he got elected, congratulated him for being president, and that pissed
Well,
Donnie off in there.
they have thank you, Joe Biden billboards up over in Israel, which is awfully nice to see. And not only did he call out Netanyahu because he was personally offended by him,
Yeah.
but he said Hezbollah were great and smart.
Yes,
That's
very
what it was.
smart people.
This
Smart people. That's what he called
man
them.
is a danger to our country, and he needs
That's
to
who
be
the Republican
stumped.
Party is, baby. That's who their leader is. So you have to assume that he's speaking for the Republican Party, is he not? He's their banner man.
Well, his boy in the House didn't
Yeah.
get chosen, and the other one that did can. Well, it's debatable whether he's going to get chosen.
They've got problems over
Yeah.
there. Mitch, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. How about yourself?
I'm hanging in there. Busy
How about
day.
you, Bernadette?
I'm
And Miss Chick?
okay.
Yeah, I'm okay.
It's a lot to take in, y'all. I mean, I can't say that I'm as good as I was last week. There's so much more at stake now. Lives,
It's a dangerous
children.
world.
But
women,
that goes up daily. It goes
What?
up daily.
yeah.
Or
What's that, Miss Chick? I'm
Um,
sorry.
The death count is just
It's,
rising
it's
every day.
and it's going to go up. It's going to go up on both sides. That's the
I don't
devastating
know
thing.
about that.
Huh?
They're already getting close to
Casualties for
3,000
the
people.
Palestinians outweigh the Israelis by about 20 to 1. So I know what direction it's going to go in.
Oh,
And
yeah.
once I heard that the Israelis cut off electricity
And water.
and water to
Mhm.
Gaza, to
And
me
food.
that's
And
the
food.
whole problem right there.
You can't live
Nation.
without, you can live without a lot of things. You can live without electricity. You can live without a lot of food. You cannot live without water. Our bodies are, made from water. We can't live without water. And the stranglehold that Israel is going to put on Palestine or the Gaza Strip at this moment is just unbelievable. It's gonna there's no way that they could do this and not have
There's no way
collateral
for them
damage.
to get out. That's the
No.
problem they're facing right now. Egypt's not going to open up the border down there and let people out. There's no
No.
place for them to go.
Besides, listen, John.
Hmm.
We've been asking you privately behind the scenes and all the rest of that. Get out of where you live. Are you willing to leave?
Nope.
Your
No,
your
I'm not
home,
leaving, baby. No,
them,
mine.
these people feel the same way about their
Yes.
home. As raggedy as it is, that's
Yeah.
still their home.
Indeed.
And
Indeed.
Hamas doesn't give a fuck about them,
Or Hezbollah.
or Hezbollah, or Iran, or any of the rest of them around there. They're not
Yeah.
helping these people.
Well, that's the fear. That there is no help coming. That there is no consensus on how we're going to deal
And you
with
know
the
what?
refugee crisis
The
that we all know is there.
Palestinians, I doubt that they have a serious voice at the table.
They don't.
So that makes them others. And when you can other people,
Then
it's okay to kill them.
you forgive yourself
I've been
for
saying that.
Yeah.
I've been saying it for years now. Go watch that movie, Exterminate All the Brutes.
Yeah.
When you can other people, they don't mean nothing. They have no voice in this and what's about to happen to them.
You were going to say, Mitch?
I was going to say it's a concentration camp. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's a concentration camp. And Israel is basically saying, and certain people in the United States government are okay. They're saying that they have 300,000 troops at the border ready to walk into Gaza. What do you think they're going to do?
It's going to be a bloodbath.
They're going to kill indiscriminately.
Everybody.
So here we are, full circle in the 21st century, where the allegedly Jewish state, which I do not consider myself an Israeli. I'm an American.
Indeed.
I will never be an Israeli. Not while they have the policies that they do. And Israel has been flagrantly, little by little, inch by inch, frog in a pan, taking everything from
You
these
know, just a few weeks ago, not to interrupt you, Mitch, but people need to know in this country that just a few weeks, last week, Israelis were in the street protesting their government because their rights are being taken away, like they're trying to do.
There's a struggle
here.
within Israel,
These
just like
people
there's
are
a
in
struggle within the United States right now between those that lean right and those that lean left.
authoritarianism and democracy.
Indeed.
And the people of Israel are standing up for their democracy. And Netanyahu, he's Trump light compared, but you know, he's still sitting over there doing the same thing to the Israeli people. And he had to form a united government just to take on this task of an attack.
Well, thank goodness
that
they
his
finally
government
did.
failed to know about. They didn't know about this shit. There's a failure of intelligence.
Oh, indeed. There was a failure of intelligence that allowed this to happen, and everybody's still questioning how that happened. But now that it has, I just, you know, I do. I find it difficult. I don't want to pick a side. There's no side to pick here.
There's no sides.
No.
It's not about, you know,
The humanity itself
is on humanity.
That's
and
it.
What is happening to everybody over there in the streets. This is not going to end well.
No, it's
people,
going to
and
get a
it's not
lot
gonna
worse
end
before
soon.
it gets better.
It's not going to end soon.
And on the sure hope that it gets better. You know, Netanyahu's voice himself said this is going to be something that's going to be a generational change in Israel. And what does that mean?
That doesn't necessarily mean a good change.
No.
They're going in there with the mindset of stomping as Hamas out.
Just Coggins just talked about Lindsey Graham.
Under any circumstance.
Did you
Lindsey Graham.
Did you see him on TV? Flatten it. That's what he said. Flatten the whole thing. Everybody. Really? Does that sound like a statesman to you? Does that sound like somebody who should be a senator in our
such
house.
a Christian thing to say,
Hey,
right?
hey,
It
do
is.
you remember bomb Iran?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? And
We
who
have
said that?
we have a very strong right wing who is in this country that are all more than willing to find a war somewhere. They don't really give a
Because
shit
it's
where.
money,
Just find,
John.
it's money,
They don't
baby.
want to give their lives for it,
No,
but
no, no,
they
no.
won't. They don't mind profiting from it.
No, it's plenty of money
It's
to be made.
money.
There is plenty of
It's
money.
money.
That's one of the sad truths of any war.
Did you? There's a comment from Kelly Clark in YouTube.
Go ahead.
Kelly lives in New York, not the city, but all New York City police are being called on duty tomorrow after
Yes.
the threat of the ex-Hamas leader calling for worldwide jihad on Friday the 13th tomorrow.
A day of anger is what they're
Yeah.
calling for in this country.
Everywhere.
Where is this going to go? Where is this going to go? Are we going to see violence on the streets of America because of this? Are we going to see that division here?
We already see violence on the streets of America.
Well,
But
that's
because
true,
of
darling.
this, because
yeah,
of this,
on a daily basis for any known reason.
yeah, you know,
That's
yeah.
that's a whole different conversation there. It has nothing to do with world peace or politics. It has to do with our ignorance when it comes to gun control.
And all of this just because it's Friday the 13th. How ignorant is that? But there are people out there that will say, "Oh, it's Friday the 13th," and go out and do something stupid. Okay, but you know, just realize you go out and do something stupid, you're likely going to get caught. Okay.
Probably.
So,
I just noticed something. I'm gonna go
That's
off
the
camera for
January
just a
6th
second.
guys in prison. How'd that work out for them? Ah, thank you, Blue Dots. Thank you, Blue Dots everywhere.
Where did
I
John?
mean,
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I'm
Something
sorry.
happened.
Yeah, no. I was sitting there just humming right along, and I noticed, damn, it's a little warm in here, and I noticed I forgot to turn on the air conditioner in here before I came in, so yeah, it's a little warm.
You're still using air conditioner, and I have the furnace running.
We're going to have a heat index of 106 tomorrow. It's going to be 96 degrees with a heat index of 106. So I was out there doing some yard work today, trying to cut down some very weesatch. If
I
anybody
might
knows what
have
a
a heat
weesatch
index
is,
of 65 tomorrow if I'm lucky.
listen to you. It'll come. We're waiting on it down here. You can't burn up forever. You know,
Well,
yeah.
forever is a mighty long time.
I seen my buddy Joe. Where's Joe?
Who's
How
doing-
you doing?
Joe, what are you doing,
Yes.
Joe?
I'm sitting here resting. I spent the day watching my grandkids run in track, and I got tired watching them.
You got tired watching them.
Well, it made my heart pitter patter when I see them winning first place.
Yeah. I went out there and tackled that big old pile of brush I was telling you there by my front gate.
Oh, just throw some diesel on it
Yeah, throw some diesel on it with a match. That might
and
work.
light it up.
Light it up. Let me thank Fontradoth, who came in with a $5. I bet you giggle every time I try to say that.
Yeah.
Fontradoth came in with a $5 donation and said, I don't even think talking about it helps in any way. There's very little anyone outside of Israel can do other than pray and send humanitarian aid. It is. Thank you very much, Fan. I appreciate you so much.
Speaking of humanitarian aid, the Biden administration and Qatar have decided to freeze
Yes.
the $6
The $6
billion
billion.
that they were holding and are not going to release it to Iran, even for humanitarian aid, until something breaks in this conflict that's going on now. So,
Well, they need a spanking.
well, you know, and that's also going to shut down the MAGA, you know, megaphone
yeah.
that,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, it was the $6 billion that caused this, and you
Yeah,
know,
not a dime of that has been released.
Just shut up and go pick a Speaker of the House if you can manage to do
Right.
that.
Do
Okay.
your jobs is what
Do
they
your
need
job.
to do.
They're not
Thank
up for
you,
doing
Joe.
that. Are you shitting me?
Thank you.
They spent behind closed doors all day today and they can't come up with anything.
They are doing their job. Their job is to instill chaos into America and make everybody tolerate fascism. That's their job.
That's what it is.
Well,
what
we
they
got to
do.
stop that, Mitch.
You know, Mitch,
Working
there's
on it.
tens of thousands of terrorists coming over across our southern border as we speak.
Really?
That's what I'm hearing on the Republicans.
Well, I guess.
And
See, here's the thing: Republicans believe things that they hear, right? They don't like cross-check. They don't
No.
decide if what they're like. Fox News wouldn't exist if people internally fact-checked or even listen to the things they claim at face value.
Even
It's
things
really
that are
something.
obviously
It's
ridiculous.
absolutely intolerable.
and speaking of jobs, our job is to vote those idiots out.
Out.
Yes.
So we need to get to work.
We are.
Yeah.
We're working right now. We're right now
Absolutely.
pushing it because that's what this and all and so many others. Look, I know names. Tennessee Brando, the liberal redneck. There are so many names out there since Trump came on. Normal people who just jumped out there and started talking. Just
But we need to be.
Hey, John Bertavo,
John
for that
Bertavo.
matter.
Yeah, John
You
Bertavo,
know,
that guy.
Yeah, that guy. You know,
Sure.
there's a lot of people who are just like us who decided to say, I need to say something about this because silence is complicit. Okay, it's very complicit, and to be silent with your vote, let alone your voice, is even more so. And you can always use your voice. I'm gonna put a link in the chat to the Congress people up there, and tell them all, do
That's
your job.
It really is one of the simple things that you can do, is to sit down and write a letter to your senator, your congressman, your representative, and keep it nice, keep it professional, but express your concerns, and they will answer
Or
you.
just call
They
them.
have to.
You
You
can
write,
just
just
call
call
me
them.
too if you don't like to write.
yeah, they don't like to write, but oh shit, I got distracted by a comment. Now that's all I have in my head right now is watching Tommy Tubby shit fall down the stairs on the airplane.
I could watch that over and
Over and over and over. I'm enjoying it every time his butt hits.
And he just
Somerville.
Everybody see that?
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Jorge Tire Biter, how in the hell are you?
I'm good, my brother.
I'm glad to hear it. How's Nan?
Nan's wonderful. We're fixing to go up to Lake Brownwood camping. But, there's one thing I want everybody on the Blue Dots to understand, is that we on the side of democracy. Okay? We like people voting.
I like democracy.
And when people vote, those GOP bastards lose.
They do.
They do.
They do.
Every
When Democrats
freaking
vote,
time.
Republicans lose. The numbers are ours.
That's why he's so
We-
upset. Is because he's been losing. He's been losing House seats, losing Senate seats, lost the White House. That's why that man is so upset. Is because
And
he's
yet-
a loser.
and that,
He's about to lose his businesses.
He's a
and
freaking
yet
loser.
they still hang on to
Yeah.
him.
And he's got a whole party following him, losing their way out of their jobs. So let's continue to make them lose. I think it's a great idea.
That's what our job is here.
We know what we gotta do.
Yeah,
we gotta get out
vote.
the vote.
Thank you, Jorge.
That's what it's all about.
Love you, darling.
I love you too, and thank you for saying that because it's so important. We cannot be complacent. We cannot be quiet.
No, those times are gone.
This ain't complicated.
Now it's a matter of participation. Because we've seen what happens when we don't. We all thought Hillary had it locked up, baby. I don't think anybody in their right mind thought
Don't count on it.
that Donald Trump was going to win the presidency. We
No.
let our guard down. We thought we were comfortable. It was a joke. He won't win.
There was
and
no investigation. we were winning. Those votes were stolen.
Yeah, they were stolen.
Where have I heard? Where have I heard that
something like
before?
I went to bed and I thought Hillary had it.
I did too. I thought Hillary had it until the next morning when I woke up. You know, that's
And
when
the
it set in.
Trumpsters use
That's
the
when
same
my
line,
trouble started,
you know?
was that next morning. When my Facebook
sir.
feed was filled up with people singing praise and all sorts of shit that Donnie had won. And I blew my top right then.
Now, did your neighbor drive up and down the street blowing his horn and hooting and hollering?
Oh shit. Up and in front, they didn't stay on the road. They went in the ditch in front of my house, knocked down the damn stop sign, honking their horns, scaring the hell out of my donkey. Oh, they were having a grand time. Yeah, we're very proud of the fact
Like
that the man had won.
Oh,
they came out of the woodwork, baby. They came out of the woodwork, and we watched it all across this country. And we still are. We still are in certain portions of our country. There's still Trump signs all over the freaking place. They're nuts about him. But I did hear today commentary on one of the news shows. They were talking about Donnie and his comments yesterday about Netanyahu and in Hezbollah and everything, you know, and there was this that's going to cost him. There are people who are more pro-Israel than they are pro-Republican. You know, Israel is the chosen land. That's where Jesus is going to come back to. That's where everybody's got to flock to and all that shit. So we got to do everything we can to save that so Jesus can come back. And that's where a lot of Christians in this country come from. You know, that they have to protect Israel for that reason. And it's just...
Okay, and that's all true, John. But Netanyahu is a Trump kind of guy. He's
a right-wing nut job.
Criminal charges.
Yes.
He's a right-wing crazy with criminal background. They kept trying to convict him, but they couldn't convict him. He's slippery.
I think they're still trying.
He's a Trump guy.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes. But Trump turned on him, buddy.
But the war
Trump
come
turned
along
on him.
at a good, convenient time.
He had the audacity to call Joe Biden and congratulate. As a matter of fact, Netanyahu was the first one to call Joe Biden, if I'm not mistaken, to congratulate him. And, that pissed Donnie off.
He knows where his muffin's buttered.
Yeah, he knows where his muffin. Yeah. Anyway, Alan Roberts just came in with a $10 donation and said the music of the 1920s and 30s has a frantic element reflecting the notion that there is no tomorrow. With climate change and COVID and wars in Europe and the Middle East, can we feel any different? Not really when you stop and think about it. Is there hope for a world, a future ahead? Discounting the wars, just looking strictly at the climate issues, makes you wonder just how long are we going to be on this planet? I did notice Neil deGrasse Tyson said we was going to get wiped out by an asteroid. Not anytime soon. But
no.
It's on the list.
That's what keeps me going, is hoping that this world will change for the better.
Well, we can't hope. We're the ones that have to make the change. Whether you're talking in our politics, on global issues, on environmental issues, on just about any front you look at. Our future is what, you know, is what it's always been. It's going to be what we determine it to be. What we have the will to make it. And right now, the will is, hey, I'm making money. Fuck the planet. Are you shitting me? Why didn't they do that for Alan Roberts? It was supposed to. Alan Roberts, outstanding. Anyway, Keith Thompson just came in with a $10 donation and said, I feel sorry about the Palestinian lives lost. I am sorry about the Israeli suffering and loss, but Hamas needs a real ass kicking. Hamas, yes. Hamas needs to be destroyed. The problem is it's intertwined within the framework of Gaza. How do you root them out? And what do they look like? They don't wear uniforms. Nobody wears a uniform. This is going to be a difficult task to go in there on the ground. This is going to be bloody and brutal.
This is
and it's kind of like what
policy of Netanyahu. This is exactly what he wants. He believes that he is justified by killing he'll kill 2 million people to claim he beat Hamas.
Yeah.
Isn't that a sad statement?
Yep.
And is that any different than what Lindsey Graham is saying? Flatten it all? Just
Is it
flatten
any different than what happened in the 1930s and 40s?
No. No, not really. Isn't
No.
that how World War
There's
II?
what, like 2.8 million people in Gaza, something like that.
Yeah, it's the most
million.
densely populated place on the earth. Is in that
Mhm.
little
On the
strip of
planet.
land.
Yes,
And if you turn on your
it's
TV
gonna slam in there.
with every rocket landing in there, you just have to think to yourself, this is suffering on a mass scale. And it's hard to point to Israel and say, don't do this. Look
It's
what happened to
close
Israel. Look,
Real
how can
close to genocide again.
in Netanyahu's eyes and in Lindsey Graham's eyes, that'd be okay.
Yes,
That'd be okay.
Mhm.
And that's the scary part. It's not okay on either side. None of this is okay.
It is not okay just to go out and just because you're pissed off, say it's okay just to slaughter a group of people.
Yeah.
That is what, you know,
Yeah, and claiming that you're doing it under the auspices of Jewish law. This is
Yeah.
where we have
Right.
a big problem.
yeah.
Because now he's doing things in the name of Judaism. This is not about Judaism. It's got little or nothing to do with Judaism. This is they believe they're entitled, and they
Infusing the religion into it.
They want theocratic fascism. They want Israel to be run by right-wing Orthodox conservative Jews. And this is another step towards making that happen.
And it can't happen because not, I don't know enough about the Jewish religion to speak about it, but not all Jewish people they're just like Americans. There's right wing nut jobs and there's left wing nut jobs. There's a split, there's a divide within their people the same way we are here. And we face a lot of the same situation.
Evangelical Christians.
Yeah, that's what we have here. Which, don't worry, they have a plan too. And it doesn't include our ass.
They all have a plan.
Yeah, no good plans. No good plans survives contact with the enemy. That's what the old thing is. It's just, I have no idea. Michael Johnson, KY. KY came in with $2 and said, "My hands up. Fuck Trump, fuck Abbott, fuck DeSantis, and vote blue." Hello, Michael. I didn't see it, brother.
That's all
I
right.
think it blends in with the top of your head on your.
Well, maybe I'll change my picture and not have that
No.
MAGA tears in my
No, I like the MAGA tears, brother. I like my cup.
Did y'all see on the Al Jazeera news where they got Trump's head and Pompeo's head? They want them, and that is going to cause some real problems within our system here in America. I put it on the main discussion in Discord.
Who has that? Their heads? Whose heads?
Iran. See, Trump and Pompeo
Mike Pompeo.
killed. Yeah, they killed one of the big leaders in Iran. And so with what he's been doing here lately, they've already put a price tag on Trump and Pompeo. And that came from Al Jazeera News.
Well, I wonder what
this
Donnie
morning.
thinks of that.
Yeah. Well, if you get a chance to get on Discord, look, it came up like that.
I'm on there right
Jazeera
now.
News.
I just can't look.
Yeah.
I can't look. Nope, we're in this room. I can't go to the other room right now while we're live. I'll
Yeah.
have to check it out after the show.
I put that on about 3 hours ago, hoping you'd see it.
Is the bounty enough to pay off Rudy Giuliani?
Still going
Now
to
you're
hurt
getting
us.
into the clown car of the Republican Party. Oh, that reminds me, before I
love
forget,
y'all.
I want to thank Janda Shedler and the kids, Luke and Lindsay. They're the ones I said that on my rant the other day. The ones that sent me this shirt. Judge Chunkin Fan Club. I am indeed a fan of Judge Chunkin. She's the one in the case on Donnie's January 6th case in D.C., Jack Smith and all that stuff. She's the judge. And so Janda Schindler up in Bloomington, Illinois, thank you very much. Luke and Lindsay, thank you. I mentioned that I've watched them kids grow from kids into young adults now. Janda's
I
been
remember
with us, yes, she's been with us a good 6 years. So
when you said that, here come the judge. Here come the judge. Lord have mercy. Here come the
here
judge.
come the judge. Anyway.
Before my time, Joe.
So what else is going on?
Sammy Davis Jr.
That's right.
Boy, howdy shit. Well, I'm checking the headlines
We gotta
here.
laugh and smile every once in a while. We can't be doom and gloom all the time.
What's this headline I see? Jack Smith tells Trump to put up or shut up. What's that about?
There you go.
Well,
Here's here's something that's bugging me
in
too.
which case?
Yeah, in which case?
Right?
So many.
Which indictment
John
are we talking about?
Bernadette and Missy Chick, here's something that bothered me too. Why did Israel take out the two airports in Syria? Took them out.
Well, you're gonna have to ask BB about that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Yeah. See, how come they're
This
not
is going to
showing that?
expand. They had a shooting today in the West Bank. Hezbollah in the north.
I saw that headline though.
Yeah, they've done some incursions into the north. You know, this is
The
this could-
BBC was reporting that Israel was using, and I hesitate to call it chemical warfare, but I don't know what else to call it. It's that powder stuff that it burns people.
Mustard gas?
Phosphorus.
Yes.
phosphorus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Phosphorus is some nasty
Claim
shit.
that has been dropped in
That's,
some areas.
That's
That's
bombs
terrible.
you see burst into big flames all
It
over the
is
place.
terrible.
Yeah, like napalm sort of. Yeah.
They go back to a whole different level of evil.
Yeah, that burns steel.
Yes.
You wouldn't recognize a body if it hit it. Phosphorus just disintegrates everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do we know for sure that is what is going on, or is
I
that just
have not seen this.
one of those
It has-
rumors that's going on around there?
It was a bit of an unsubstantiated report out of, the BBC.
That they
They're
did.
looking into it.
Yeah. Why Syria? Syria didn't even have a dog in the hunt, I didn't think. And then all of a sudden, let's bust our only two airports coming
Syria.
in and coming.
Syria, if I'm,
Perhaps BB has
Not
bigger
mistaken.
ideas.
I better stay
He's
away
a
because I'm not sure.
He's a wannabe dictator. I never did like that son of a bitch.
Who?
And I'm being honest.
And BB.
Oh, Bibi Netanyahu?
I call him Nutty Yahoo.
Nutty
Son
Yahoo.
of a. He is a Donald Trump wannabe guy too.
They've been trying to get him on so many things over in Israel that you've seen in the
Yes,
news over the years.
he's got like a lot like Trump.
Yep.
Yep.
Did you see the signs that the Democratic people were putting up on him? They call him the crime minister. He's the crime minister, not prime minister, crime minister. Nutty Yahoo. He is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
It's a
Guess what? He's got carte blanche right now, doesn't he?
Huh?
He thinks he does.
That's what they all want.
Yeah.
You know, it was Ronna McDaniels in this country, the head of the RNC. This is a great opportunity for the Republican Party. That's what she thinks of this.
Yeah.
It's a great opportunity. War is good for business, but it's also great for promoting patriotism, baby. You don't think the right's out there pushing that shit? Oh, hell yes. They're not gonna.
Sure they are.
They're not gonna
Don't count
question
the bodies
question
and everything's cool.
with the atrocities that the Hamas committed coming across that border. They are going to,
The,
which there's no justification for the barbaric.
the, The saddest part, they're taking it all away from Ukraine, where they don't know strategy, they don't know
Well,
shit.
you're not going to see the pictures coming out of Gaza. There won't be any pictures.
On the Syria airports, the BBC is reporting that, and this is out of Syria, that Syria is saying that the Israelis have struck 2 airports, one in Damascus, one in Aleppo, and flights in and out of there. They've hit runways, apparently. One of the reasons, according to Syria, was that Iranian's foreign minister was planning to fly into Syria on Friday.
Oh.
And
You don't
so
think Iran's
the,
going to, Israel's going to reach out and tap Iran on the shoulder? You bet
Oh,
your
I
ass
think
they
they
are.
will.
You bet your ass they
not
are.
only did they take out the civil aviation, but it says a host of military bases, which are reportedly transports points for Iranian arms sent to Hezbollah. Now, Hezbollah is out of the north and in Lebanon, and they have a militant group which can fire rockets into Israel. Israel is saying that Hezbollah has been firing rockets into Israel from Lebanon, and so they have troops up in that area also. Israel's surrounded by hostile neighbors,
It is.
and should they defend themselves? They absolutely should defend themselves, because their people too are being slaughtered. There's slaughter on both sides, and this just doesn't fucking make sense. This is a 4,000-year-old war, and I doubt seriously if anybody can even fucking remember what started it in the first goddamn place.
Jesus.
June.
I don't know. Jesus, Mohammed,
John,
whatever you
I
want to
think
call
it
him.
started before him. Okay?
You know, it's that's where the history is, baby. For everybody, for every religion, somehow it's tied to somewhere around Jerusalem and
Throughout
in the Middle East.
every bit of history,
Yeah.
every bit of history.
The
And it's
sad
always
part
been
about it is
the
that
common.
America is going to back Israel no matter
Regardless,
what.
no matter what,
Because
we see that.
Israel is under attack. And we're going to see our boys are already over there in that area. We have huge warships over there in that area telling
You're gonna
everybody
see- you're gonna
else
see some
in the
movement.
area, stay out of it. Don't do it. Now, should Iran choose to step up their game, or Syria, or Lebanon, or Jordan, or Egypt, or anybody else, because none of these people are friendly to Israel. There are talks going on in the background on how to do this fucking shit. Do they include the Palestinians? Because those are the people who are going to suffer the most.
No.
They're in a tight-knit
No.
area, and they're
There
about
is nobody
to be,
speaking for the
there was-
Palestinian people right
there
now.
was a reporter on MSNBC today who mentioned that, maybe it was on ABC, who mentioned that after talking with their contact in here in America, who is Palestinian, and that person had family still in the Gaza Strip.
Right.
She asked, well, you know, what do I say to you, to, you know, about your family? How can I help, or anything else? She's the woman, the reporter, the American reporter who's Palestinian, said, we are saying our last goodbyes now.
Oh, I did see
We are
that.
saying our last goodbyes right now
Yeah.
to our family members, because we know what's going to happen. These are not people who are sick and dying and on their last leg. These are people who are fine at the moment until the 300,000 take up their arms and follow their mission to go in and
Well, when-
clean the clock of Hezbollah or Hamas.
Well, when Nutty Yahoo mentioned that, I'll tell you one damn thing, don't count on Lebanon, because Lebanon they've been having some of the best damn weapons that you can imagine since 2006, and they've been stockpiling ever since then. And you want to know who's triggered? Those guys.
And that's why the airports in
That's what
Syria
that's
were
that's
taken
what
out,
everybody is
because
afraid
Syria
of.
supplies Lebanon.
Is we're going to
Okay,
see this
you
widen out.
you
We're going to
asked
see it
guys
moving
what I
to.
went in search of, and this is what I found out.
You're going to see it
This is
moving to
about
Lebanon, Syria. Egypt is going to be under a lot of pressure to do something.
Perhaps that was the whole point of the whole thing.
Jordan, everybody's in this.
Who started this shit? Who started it? Trump.
Oh no,
Trump gave all those damn
no,
secrets.
no,
it
no.
Trump
predates
did not
Trump
start
a long
this shit.
time. This has
Yeah.
been going on for ever since Israel became a
Well,
state.
we
Before
know
he-
that. Yes, but
Oh,
he had
it's
a,
been going
he
on a
had
lot.
his hand in it.
It has
What's that,
been going
Mitch?
on longer than that.
Yeah, it's longer than that. Yeah,
Oh, Lord.
try to calculate how long this has been.
Oh,
With
thousands of
thousands
years.
of years.
Israel is 5 years older than I am, but that's not where the war started.
Oh no, the
No.
conflict goes back to biblical days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why I say it's a 4,000-year-old war, and I doubt seriously that anybody even remembers what started the fucking war way back then, 4,000 years ago. It's been a while, and but yet we're still fighting over it today, and really what it boils down to is a hatred that's
Yeah,
bred
it's-
into the people of this
yeah,
land
because it's the stated
on both sides.
objective
on
of
both
Hamas
sides.
is to that Israel not exist at all. So there's
And
no
now-
give on that side with Hamas.
No,
There's
But here's
no.
the problem: is right now MAGA and Hamas are, to me, coterminous. They both want the same thing. They are both willing to do anything to achieve it, including burning down this country.
Indeed.
Those,
if we're not
Is there a
careful,
difference
Mitch, you're
then?
absolutely on the right.
I don't
There
see a
is no different. There's no difference in the language. There's no difference in the
in the
action that's
goal.
willing to be taken in order to accomplish the goal. Okay, there's no difference in that, and that's why when Hamas calls out, oh, Friday the 13th is going to be worldwide jihad against Jews everywhere, and are you fucking kidding me?
No,
We do
they're
this
not
shit
kidding.
every day over here in
The
America.
problem
You guys
is
are
there's
just
going to
playing
be
with
people
the
listen to that.
Yeah.
That's
That's
the
the
scary
problem.
part. There will be people that listen to that and be
There
motivated.
will be, John, and like I said earlier, ask the guys who are sitting in prison right now for January 6th, how'd that turn out for you? If you want to take your ass out there tomorrow and do some stupid shit, deal with the stupid ass consequences that comes along with it.
But the
And will
consequences
people get
affect
hurt?
everybody.
Yes, people will get hurt. But we do this shit every day in this country. Remember, we got more guns than everybody
Oh, we
else.
got more guns than anybody. Uncle Fatty, how are you?
Exactly.
But we got Uncle Fatty.
He's
Good
right
to see
there.
you guys. It's always good to hear from you guys, and man, I couldn't agree more. The thing we got to remember though is Hamas is not Palestine.
No,
All Palestinians are not Hamas, and
that's the tragedy in this.
Exactly.
Is because the
couldn't agree more.
Palestinian people have no place to go. Hamas is embedded
They're
within
sitting
Gaza,
ducks,
and for
and they're being used as sitting ducks.
yes,
Yeah.
Israel, I heard several generals say, "Oh, we have this knock-knock plan where we'll tap a building without munitions on it, just to let the people in the building know we're coming after this building. It's time for you to get out." Now, okay, you could call that knock-knock, and where are they going to go?
in the
This is
street,
their homes.
in the street where all
This
the
is-
rubble's going to fall on top of them.
Exactly.
They're getting a wall
And,
of
have you seen the pictures that have come out
Yes,
of there from
yes.
the old buildings that they fucking exploded?
Click
Now,
bang.
now
All right,
these are not buildings
one at
that
a
are built
time
to
now.
put some fucking code. This shit is old.
Let's keep it
And
going.
this is a war-torn area that's been this way for a long freaking time. The people of Gaza Strip, the Palestinians, they're the ones who are going to suffer in this.
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
mean, you can knock
Sure.
on the door all you want. If they won't let them leave,
They
the
have
innocent
can't leave.
people.
They
don't have-
They're being used.
Yes, they're
They're
shields.
being used.
It looks like the ghetto in Warsaw is what it looks like.
It does.
Yeah.
There's not, you know, they're showing views. There's nothing left on in neighborhoods. Completely, totally destroyed.
You know, speaking of Al Jazeera, Mike, they came out here in the past couple hours and reporting that they got munitions and arms, and they're tracking funding of Hamas back into Iran, of course. And it's not like anybody didn't know it, but at least
No.
they've got some, you know, they got proof of shell casings and stuff like that now, where they've at least been able to prove it, which gives,
That's-
you know, maybe NATO a little bit more of a chance to lay a strong arm, if nothing, an arm on the shoulder, so to say. But
I have every reason to believe Israel is going to reach out and tap Iran on the shoulder. Either it's going to
You
be
know it.
at one of their nuclear, you know,
It's not going to be
facilities where
pretty
they're trying
if they
to.
do that.
Huh?
It's not going to be pretty if they do that.
No, and they've done it before.
Yeah,
Israel is not
really
afraid to reach out and smack them.
No, they actually bombed.
Let me thank Blue Dot Greeter, and I think that's Mark. Thank you, Mark, for coming in with $5. Said, new members, please tell your friends and family about John's Gong Show. There you go. It's a Gong Show, baby. Come on here and start singing. Well, thank you, Mark. Thank you very much. I think Blue Dot Greeter. I think that's Mark. Is that
Singing.
Mark?
Singing.
Does anybody know? Is that
Singing.
Mark? I think it's Mark. What's that?
Speak about whose birthday is it? Anybody got a birthday? We can sing.
No, that's okay.
That's, boy, howdy, that came. That's all right. That's all right. We don't need to sing.
We don't need to say.
It is Mark. I thought so.
I did
Joanna's
have a
birthday
question for Mitch, if he was listening.
today. Yeah.
I didn't hear that, Michael. What'd you say?
Joanna's birthday is today.
Oh, you're
She's a
talking about a
Blue Dot.
birthday.
Yeah, she's a blue
Oh,
dot.
it's Mark's birthday?
No, Joanna. Her birthday's today.
Oh, no, wait. Smart ass guy said no. Yes, it's Mark. I thought we was talking about birthdays for a minute. Never mind. My mind gets distracted by shiny objects. I go out the window. I'm barking up a tree.
That's what they want you to do, sing happy birthday.
I'm not sure why.
I would, but I don't have anybody to sing it to. So unless somebody
Nobody-
steps forward and says, "Hey, it's my birthday,"
Let me tune my spoons up.
I did have a
Hey,
question for
John.
Mitch, if he was still listening. If Mitch was still listening, what he thinks about the kids up at Harvard going off the rails up there.
Good for them. That's
Well,
how all
they
good protests
spoke
start.
out and they
Going
got
off the
smacked
rails.
down.
Yeah,
Yeah, they did.
right.
You know, from one of the higher institutions of learning.
And it's not about whether I agree with them or not. It's just the fact that they're getting stirred up, and they are
Right.
protesting.
There's going to be a lot of stirring across this country. We've already
Oh, yeah.
seen the protests on the
You know,
streets of New York and
there,
LA.
there are, I don't want to call them protests. I want to call them supporters for both sides, for Israel
Well,
and
that would be
the
more appropriate.
Palestinians on the streets right now. And this thing up in Harvard where, you know, Palestinian supporters coming out and speaking their minds. The president of Harvard came out and said they don't speak for Harvard. And I think that was appropriate.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know,
They
they're,
can have
they're
their
practicing, they're
their
practicing their First Amendment rights.
Well, and as a
yes.
neutral bystander, America needs to, you know, stay as a neutral bystander. We can lay strong arm and we can do what we need to do and support, but
We have people in this country that have family on both sides of that.
Yes,
absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely.
We're not
Palestinian
neutral.
and Israeli.
No, we're
Yeah.
not. But as citizens, you know, it's hard to, it's a delicate line, is all I'm going to say. you know,
It
but we have
is, and that's
to
the
be-
difficulty I've been having. Because
there's only one line. The line should be for humanity.
That's it. That's the
Not
line.
government,
Yes.
not
But
religion or
that
anything
line has
else.
been
The
blurred
line should
nowadays.
be for humanity, not
There,
one people over another. Because when we other the other person and they don't have a voice at the table, they're going to die. It's that fucking simple. We've seen it over and over and over again. We see it in this country.
And that is exactly what we're seeing in Gaza. That the Palestinian people, this is about Hamas. We're talking about
of
Hamas
the
and the terrible
American
things
foreign
Hamas did.
policy budget goes to Israel.
That's true.
20%.
Oh, we're going to back Israel 100%. There's no question about that.
Absolutely.
You're
Militarily,
Israel.
financially, politically, we are going to back Israel.
Well, who pays for the
Hey,
politicians?
John,
You do.
you know, in Israel, they have like universal health care.
They have
they
a lot.
got
Yeah.
free college.
Yeah. Abortion.
You can have an
no
abortion,
problem. Yeah.
no problem.
Yeah.
20%
Hey,
of our.
they got
Never
that
mind.
in Canada and Mexico.
Yeah. Where's the one place that ain't? Right in the middle of those two.
America.
Yeah, but we ain't paying for it.
That's the problem. That's what I'm saying.
The
They
fact
have
is,
that
we
in
are paying
Canada
for it. We're just
and
not getting
Mexico.
it. We have enough. We pay enough to have universal health care in this country. Are we going to get it? No. Why? Because our defense budget's $860 billion.
We can't afford it.
Well, it's Harlan Crow and the white boys that are paying for the
Yeah.
Supreme Court and all the politicians, and they're the same guys that are buying all the
And
politicians.
therein lies another problem. When you even bring up the Supreme Court, you're looking at a 6-3 court. What chance do we have unless something drastic happens that we're going to get shit done through that court?
We have to
Unless it's a
expand
blatant,
the
and they
court.
will stand up
And
for a blatant file.
And it's big pharma and big oil that has bought our Congress.
And it's all the big oil over there with Iran being sanctioned and the Saudis cutting their production off, giving Iran more production. And, you know, this whole rhetoric about the $6 billion and whatever else, I did see where the Treasury Department came out this afternoon and said that they're going to block all that money now, that no funds have been
No
released.
funds will be available for anything.
It's
Oh,
being
put a hold on it.
refrozen.
Yeah. But at least they came out and said it, so, you know, to where we have the backing to say, look,
Well,
this
they
was
had to
said.
come out and say it because the right's out there screaming about that's the reason this happened is because Joe Biden gave all the money to Iran. That's the way the right wing likes to handle it. That Joe Biden gave away $6 billion to Iran, and this is the result.
And
You
if
know,
you think
they
the
like to
Murdochs
sell
Yeah.
fear.
say, yeah, no, the Murdochs definitely got a play in the whole rhetoric and public discourse with the news broadcasting in Israel as well. So
Oh,
It
yes,
also-
there's.
Citizens United. Bernie warned us about it. And man, look at what we're dealing with
We
right
have
now.
a list of shit.
Everything you're talking
We were
about
just
is
talking
that-
about the fairness doctrine, how things have shifted in this country.
Yes.
You know, the Citizens United. Are you shitting me? Buck Haynes just came in with a $25 donation. Are you shitting me, Buck? Thank you, brother. I appreciate the hell out of that. Thank you.
Canadian, so you know that's
Canadian.
worth 25
Yeah, that's probably
million.
about $5,000 right there. Hell, I'm going to Vegas.
you guys got your Powerball tickets, I'm assuming, yeah?
No, you,
I had-
you don't have
I
to.
had
I
one
won
number.
already, okay?
I had one $2 number. And I didn't look at it last night before I went to bed. I could have at 10:30 at night. But no, I wanted to spend last night going into that bed thinking I got one number. Who says it's not the right number?
I won
Somebody in
$2.
Southern California is very happy today.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
So,
I won.
and good
It
on
wasn't
them.
Bernadette?
Good on them.
No, I'm afraid it wasn't me.
$2.
No, that's Northern
If it
California.
was, I don't.
If they
think
would
I
have said
would
Northern
be.
California, I would have been ringing Bernadette's phone this morning. Was it you? Was it you? Was
Okay.
It's got to be you. No, somebody
Not
won it,
too-
and I'm
not-
happy for them.
not too
I
long
hope they
ago.
use it wisely. I hope they are
Not
generous
too-
with their heart. That's a lot of money, close to 700 million. They're going to walk out after taxes with about 400 million, I would assume, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now, where does those tax dollars go?
Well, to your defense budget part of it, probably, I'm sure. Where do all our
The
taxes
defense
go?
budget.
10% goes to the people.
With the amount that we pay in taxes, we should have things like universal health care. There should be
Well, of course.
universal daycare within our communities. There should
If we
be a
had
whole lot
universal
of shit.
health care, yeah. If we had universal health care, the defense budget would have to go down some because we wouldn't have to supply
The
those
problem
guys
is
with Viagra.
it's the embedded source of grifting in so many different ways. It's unimaginable how many different ways people find in this country to screw this government over and get a dime out of it, one way or the other. And
There's an
it-
expert.
yes, yeah, and a
Johnny
lot
And
of
Boy.
you know, John, those are the people that can afford supercomputers to figure out better ways.
yeah, better
to
ways to
fuck
steal
us.
money. Sure.
That's right. Or
Yeah.
Sure.
unfortunately.
That's one of the reasons I always say that big old ass, thick
They
ass
can
tax
afford it.
code is not written for your ass. Might be a couple of pages in there to pertain to your
Not me.
property or your kids or something. Some little, here we're going to give you a $200 tax deduction here or some shit like tax credit or, yeah, that whole damn thick book is written for rich people, corporations,
Yep.
baby, because that's where the money
I-
is. That's where the money is. It's not coming.
I
down
have a
here.
question
Yeah.
on a report that came out that the United States, the people, are supplying the Mexican cartels with weapons. Where did they get their info?
Say that again.
There is a report that the America is supplying the Mexican cartels with weapons, which are ARs and all that.
Right.
That was part of a sting operation. They were trying to catch the guys that were bringing all this coke over the borders and through the shipping containers, and basically the feds, in one way or another, traded a bunch of what's being called like seized arms from busted drug dealers in America. They seize everything, assets
Right.
and whatever, but then they'll take all these guns out of these drug houses. So they were taking those instead of auctioning
There's
them.
Operation something or another.
Right, and it's true. It 100% happened. There's probably over 1,000 weapons that have been given to
There,
the
there
cartel as part of
there
information exchanges
is
by
a program in Tennessee
Wait-
that
wait a
does
minute.
exactly that.
Yeah.
They confiscate the drugs from, or not the drugs, the guns from. It could be a murder or whatever. Violent crime situations. The guns get confiscated and then they get sold back to the general public in auction for little or nothing. So literally, you're taking these guns off the street and then you're turning around and
putting
selling
them
them right back
on the
to
street. Yeah.
the
So
street.
instead of selling them, they gave them to basically our
Streets
spies.
of Mexico.
Well, our
But
spies.
I'm
a
sure the NRA, can work out some sort of discount plan for the drug cartels over in Mexico because they would sell a lot of guns over there.
And
Is
they
it
basically-
me? Listen, is it me, or has this same old story been what we've been dealing with?
It's been told before.
all our life?
It has been
It
told
has been
before.
told before.
I look
This
at it
is
like
this is not new. I remember a
No.
story years ago in Arizona where the feds were turning over guns to a Mexican cartel or a Mexican gang or something in hopes of tracking them and seeing which way they go or whatever. But yeah,
Didn't they try to pin something like this on Obama's? Oh God, what was his name? He's
Operation
black dude.
Fast and Furious.
Fast and
Yes,
Furious.
exactly.
There it was.
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
it was.
that was it.
Yeah, it's kind of the same deal. Basically, we traded this stuff. Our spies used it as part of a guise to make themselves look legitimate, that they have access to actual things and physical things and not just rhetoric.
Yeah.
And they traded it for information and traded it for credibility in their.
Absolutely.
you can't-
We do this to work and get into.
Now, you
these
reckon any of
groups
those
and
guns that they
infiltrate
were
them.
traded off were used in a
all
violent
the time.
crime later on? You reckon?
More than
Yeah.
likely,
Yeah.
that's more than likely, yeah.
Yeah.
And that shit happens. That's part of espionage in general. That's
It's part of the gun industry itself. They'll
Yeah.
take customers from anywhere, baby.
There's a lot of money being made, and they've been doing this since I was a kid.
Oh, all our
Yeah,
lives.
yeah. I am absolutely sure that when we were hunting down El Chapo, we bought and sold drugs and guns to and fro with him.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's what I'm
Absolutely
saying.
sure.
Nothing
And
new.
probably a few people and all the rest of that too. That's the way the spy networks work.
You're
But don't
American.
tell Trump that because
Still
he'll
with them.
Yeah.
tell everybody.
Yep, that's true.
Hello.
Over money, the greed Everybody has that greed. I can be a billionaire, just like, no, you can't.
Like Trump?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys remember the old movie Dave about the guy that played he looked just like the president. The president died, and Dave goes into the office as just a normal guy, and goes into the budget meeting, and he goes into the meeting, and we're paying $500,000 for a toilet, and we're paying $300,000 for toilet paper, and balances the budget in like a 30-minute meeting.
Where is that guy? We need him.
So much of this stuff we don't know about.
We need him.
Do we want to know? Maybe not. Does it happen? Absolutely. Do we have to hold ourselves accountable?
In my head, the reason I have so much difficulty, especially with the defense budget, is because I do have a long time working for civil service, working for the military, and my favorite saying was always, "There's nobody more willing to fuck this country over like good-blooded, red-blooded American. I'll fuck this country over 10 times till Sunday."
Suppliers.
Yes. The greatest thing you can do in the world of defense contracting is get what they call a sole source provider. That means that you got something the government wants, and you're the only one we're going to buy it from. That's a ticket, baby.
And they gotta come to you, baby.
When you start looking at what some of these defense contractor CEOs walk away with, are you shitting me? Your tax dollars at work, baby. It's exactly what it is, and it's big industry. Right now, every time you see a rocket go up over there in Israel on their Iron Dome, which is a fantastic system, $40,000 per rocket. Every time you see a little puff of white smoke, there's $40,000.
You guys, something I've been noticing in the chat, and people keep saying it, so I'm checking it out. And I think I just found the report. The Hill is reporting that Steve Scalise has dropped out of the race.
Oh, pray tell, what's wrong with Steve? What happened to Steve?
Well, he's not Jim.
Steve was going to win. They picked him over Jumping Jim.
That's wheeling and dealing. I bet you.
Johnny wants Jim.
Yep.
Jim ain't going to be it.
Scalise has been kind of sick. I don't know if he got like first stage cancer or something, but he's been feeling sick.
He's got some medical issues, but that's not what.
That's not why.
Yeah,
this
says
something. Cancer of the blood.
I think he sees the handwriting on the wall, especially right now with the story being pushed about his speech to the white nationalists. That story had been gone away. His own statement about calling himself David Duke with no baggage. Those are his words. That's impacting the rest of the. Yeah. That's in the news. So he shot himself in the foot with his mouth. Good. Let Jim Jordan stand up there next. You insurrectionist asshole.
You need 217 votes in order to get the House.
Yeah.
And apparently his problem is getting 217 votes.
I'm all in for Hakeem Jeffries. How many Republicans can we get to vote for Hakeem Jeffries to stop this bullshit?
Jim Jordan had taken his name out and supported Scalise, and he still can't get 217 votes. Hakeem Jeffrey, vote him in.
Yeah.
All we need is
all
5.
the Democrats and get 5 of them guys over there that's got a brain left in them. At least let's get some sanity back into the House and get something moving. Fontradath came in with $2 and said, why you think the NRA is the most powerful lobby? Because America loves guns, baby.
Yep.
We can't get enough guns. Everybody's got to get guns. You ain't got enough guns. You need another gun. You need a lot of guns. You need ammo for them guns too. Yeah, is that the clip you got? Are you shitting me? Get a big clip. Yeah, it's our culture in this country. And we are the only one in the world that does this shit to ourselves. A lot of things we talk about, the Middle East, the Ukraine, what goes on in this country every day on the streets of this country. Are we any better off than Beirut? It's just not concentrated in one plate. Beirut.
Just like the song "In the Ghetto."
Everybody die when the bullets fly.
Yeah, but not everybody lives in the ghetto, but there's a bunch of them that does, and they better be getting out there and voting. I was raised in the ghetto, but I was raised as a white guy, so I had a little bit of privilege. But guess who all my friends were? So yeah, I, I love
The only way.
humanity. I was taught that
That-
at an early age.
That's
Well,
part of what I
your
talked
privilege
about
wasn't
today.
good enough
Is
to
my
pull them up with you.
with my frustration, because I do. I look at my life. I was born in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, at the naval station in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. Born into this military. My father was military all my life until he retired. I was in the Cub Scouts, the Boy Scouts. I was in all of that shit. Nixon was my man when I was a kid. You don't think I got kicked in the teeth with that shit?
Well,
You
yeah.
know, it's we have come so far and have gone nowhere sometimes, it seems. And
See,
now,
that's
now
how-
it damn near feels like we're backing up.
Well, it's
Republican.
one step. It's one step forward and three
Two-
backwards.
Yeah.
We're facing
And
some
my
things.
My dumbass voted for Reagan because I was in the army
Oh.
and he was going to give us a raise.
Well, see
I
there,
wouldn't-
you were probably tricked the same way I was tricked with Nixon. Nixon's our guy. We're gonna win in Vietnam. Let's go. I'm joining up. Yeah, didn't work out that way. And Nixon was the first big lesson in my political life.
Reagan was
And
mine.
I turned
My
around
first big
because
lesson was
we
voting
can
for
only
McGovern.
we can only
You know, I can only say this. I don't think there's ever been a winner in war.
nobody wins in war, my friend.
Nope.
Bush made it second term. How'd that son of a bitch get in the second term? Because everybody got patriotic and kind of reached across the aisles back then. Because we knew we had to.
Occasionally
But
we come together,
taking-
or we used to.
We
Nowadays,
used to,
I'm not too sure. Nowadays, I don't have a whole lot of confidence that there's going to be any reaching across the aisle to fix anything. Right now, I'm
Except
looking at a Republican Party that is hell-bent on doing nothing but obtaining power in any way they can. Jim jacking off Jordan up there with his stupid inquiry into Joe Biden. We're going to impeach him for something. Really? You ain't got a fucking thing to do except that, Jim?
Yeah.
That's it.
That's why you and Joe wouldn't make good congressmen, because we
No, I
would
wouldn't make
really
good
reach out to make them
I'd be
shit their
pounding on
teeth.
somebody's door and cussing a lot like a sailor. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't play good on TV.
You can't reach into the toilet,
It's just-
man.
You guys, I got
you know?
another update.
Go ahead.
According to the Hill, Bob Menendez, the New Jersey senator who was indicted
He got a new
with the
indictment.
gold bars, he did have a superseding indictment come down today. He is
He
being
needs to go.
alleged to be a
foreign agent.
acting for as a foreign agent for the of all countries, Egyptian government. The very people who have, supplied his wife with a car after she hit somebody and killed them. Yeah, those people.
Yeah, he's been indicted.
Where the gold bars probably came from. Yes,
Yeah,
he is.
yeah,
There's a
Needs to
superseding indictment coming out that he is acting
That's-
as and violated the FARA.
We always have to
Yeah,
remind
foreign
ourselves
agent.
that when we're throwing rocks at the other side, we have to keep our house clean. Menendez should,
No,
should resign.
and I say,
period.
yeah, he should
He
resign.
should if he had any dignity,
Resign
but he
and go
doesn't.
handle
Same
your
rule.
He is
business.
going to hang tight with this
Both
shit. He beat the odds once. He's going to beat it again, he thinks. Except I don't think he will this time. I think they have too much on his ass. When you're walking around with gold bars in your ass, in your house, and they can get the fingerprints off the guy that what gave it to you, it creates a little bit of a problem. He should resign. He should allow the governor to allow somebody
He
else
has
in that
stepped
seat.
down of all committees, the Foreign Relations Committee.
Has he stepped down
Sheriff.
from the committee?
So,
Because before I came in
he
here,
did step
he's
down.
not the chairman. He's not. He is still on the committee. Last I heard, that he was
Well,
on the
can he
foreign
be,
relations. He's got to step
none of
down
the
from
Hill?
that.
Can he be
Yeah, he has
ejected
stepped down from
Good.
as chair of the committee.
As chair of the
So,
committee, he needs to remove himself
yeah.
from the committee, because that's what he's
Yeah.
being investigated for. Foreign relations.
But he can't be
And they're
ejected.
saying that he has passed information to his then girlfriend,
Now wife.
who sent it on to the Egyptian government. So, yeah, this
Was
guy
it?
needs to go.
Yeah.
Get out the
Was
way, go handle your
Yeah.
business,
Smart ass call
and
said
Money
there's
we'll
three
leave you
right there.
alone until
There's
then.
Santos, Menendez, and
Calling your shit out.
Tubacaka needs to go. I like
Yeah.
Tubacaka.
Bernadette, wasn't she the one that run over that guy, killed him, and then got a
Yes.
brand new car?
Yes.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Both of them need to be tried just like anybody else. We throw stones at our own house too because we clean up
Well, when you're
our house.
when you're demanding a government of accountability of integrity, then it goes on both sides. You can't pick a side. Everybody
No.
needs to, but right now, it's overwhelmingly a shit show on the other side of the aisle. So
Yeah.
we have to take care of our problems. No doubt, Menendez should resign. He's not going to, so we're going to have to play this game with him.
You gotta get on the other side of the thing. So
What's that, Mitch?
no, I'm sorry.
Oh, he was talking about the other side of the thing. The other side.
Yes.
Okay.
Wherever that's at.
Mm-mm-mm.
Over by
Democracy, by God.
there's Jorge.
But the only people in the Senate
There
and
you
the House
go,
House
baby.
that have called out Menendez have been Democrats.
No, the Republicans aren't going to say anything. They're sitting there
No,
looking at
they're
George Santos down in the. What's the deal, George? And he's not going.
But the DOJ is totally biased and only goes after Republicans.
Well,
Bullshit.
they're
I know.
stuck with Santa. They can't afford to get rid of him. He's a vote
No, they can't.
in a slim house.
And after we can't either. We can't afford to lose anybody either.
We
but
can't
in the
afford-
House,
We can't
we
afford
can't
to
afford
lose
to lose
anybody.
anybody in the Senate.
But if they show themselves to be a crook, a thief, somebody who sells off his country, yeah, then you got to go.
He needs to step down so that he can be replaced.
My county sheriff is just getting today. I'm just reading this. My county sheriff is being charged with petty theft of a library book for going into a library while on duty with his body cam, looking for gay and transphobic books
Are
in the
you
17 to 18-year-old section. He stole the book. 12 days ago, he went on the local news and paraded this book, or one book that was in the 17 and 18-year-old section of the library. And as of today, they're now going to charge him with petty theft.
Good.
Good. I'm
Hey,
sad they
hey.
can't find something else to charge him with. They should put him in a freaking mental institution for being so stupid.
Well,
Are
they gotta
you
start looking
shitting me?
what
You
else he
think as a
did.
sheriff it's your duty to go inside the library and inspect every book? Don't you have
And then
any
go on
crime
local
going on in
news.
your city? That, somebody ran a stop sign, maybe you could go give him a ticket.
Pull him in the front of the courthouse. Make him
That's-
bend over and
that's-
just paddle his ass, right?
Did
Like
he not
Coach.
have anything better to do as a
Apparently
sheriff?
not.
I guess not.
What? I
We
guess
have to protect the
he was-
moral upbringing of our young children in this world. They shall
Oh
not be
yes, I'm
exposed.
sorry.
That's
He
that's
was-
another
he
thing.
was
Steve
being-
Scalise, the guy that
One at a time, guys. Thank you.
He was doing an investigation.
Yep, he was on duty, and he went into the local public library and roamed around apparently for about half an hour, and he's refused to give up the body camera footage. So I'm going to be going in the morning filing for FOIA request on that.
There you go. There you go. That's public
Oh, yeah.
information. You have a right to know what's on that body cam footage.
Wonder
Right.
what else he was looking at. With
Yeah.
What state are you in, Uncle
And what
Fatty?
page did he pause on a little too long?
He's in hanging out in the National
Where
Geographic.
did things get interesting?
Yeah.
He's had that book for an awful long time, don't you
Yeah.
think?
So
Have you ever heard of the morality police? Well, there he is.
He caressed
That
it.
is exactly who that
Hey.
is.
Hey, John,
Yes, sir.
want to hit that credits button?
I hit the credit button. Thank you.
Is
Did
it
you?
that
'Cause I
time?
missed-
It's
Haven't
time
seen
flies in here, baby.
Oh,
We do
Lord.
an hour and a half show, and I swear I look at my watch, and there we are.
It's my time has flown. It's dinner time for me, so I'm going to say goodnight, everybody.
Mitch, thank you
Good
for
night.
giving in, brother.
Well,
we love
what
you,
if-
appreciate you.
That's right.
Julie, take
What
care.
are we having for dinner? what are we having for dinner? I might just drop by.
I made beef stew and I put biscuits on top of the beef stew.
Oh,
Oh, Mitch.
They don't have a plane fast enough.
Nice low carb dinner.
Sort of like beef
Everybody-
dumplings.
Hey,
Hey, your blood looked good though, didn't it? I seen your blood thing, your post on your blood. It's going in the right
I'm
direction.
good for leftovers.
Oh, he's gone.
I'm good for leftovers.
He's gone. He's gone.
He's
Hey,
gonna
John.
go
He's
eat.
just going to eat dinner.
Not gonna talk with us. Eat.
You don't have
You
to
made
follow him
smart
because
man.
he's gone.
Hey, I was
I
good
got
for
beer can
leftovers.
chicken on the grill out here. I got some beer can chicken out here on the grill. I'm gonna go check on.
Outstanding, outstanding. I've already
What's
eaten my dinner for the night. Next thing on my list is El Snacko, which I
El Snacko?
El Snacko. Yeah, I don't know what that is. That could be. It will be a variety of things before the night is. I just don't have just
Well,
one El Snacko. Then you got to
I'm
wait
gonna have
15, 20
leftovers.
more minutes, and your mind's going, huh? What else you got over there?
Yeah. I
Cereal.
want to have leftovers.
I eat cereal every night.
Yeah.
Cereal.
Usually by Wheaties or Cheerios, but I prefer Wheaties.
Oh,
I don't know.
I'm
a
gonna have
fruity pebble
leftovers.
guy
I'm
myself.
gonna have turkey, ham, stuffing, because
Damn,
that's what we ate last night.
damn. You
Green
didn't call me?
beans and corn.
Shit.
I was too
No, I was
busy.
full. I had leftover. Mama made a tostita casserole yesterday, which I love, and so we had leftover
We got some
tostita
grouse
casserole.
a few weeks ago. We got a few these big sage grouse up here. They've been eating so many huckleberries, their breasts are purple.
Are you?
Oh Lord.
Right?
Hey,
We had
Jorge
grouse
had something good.
huckleberry burritos the other night. It was great.
Outstanding. I know Michael's always got something on the grill up there.
We gotta end this show with food.
Guys, have a good night.
I
All right.
definitely.
Well, say,
And
say
if you
what
get
you're
carried
having
away,
for
you can go over
dinner
to
and
the
say good
Discord,
night.
get Discord channel and check out the food porn and see all sorts of food over there. Anyway,
Oh yeah.
Yep.
we will wrap it up this evening. I want to thank everybody for coming in and joining us tonight. Again, I want to point out that we have Piratess Alex. Is new. Jake Sellers, I've never seen the name before. I love seeing these new names in our chat, in our group. The family is growing. It is. Our numbers across platforms are still going up. And that just, it makes for a bigger family. And that just makes me happy as shit, because that's voters, baby. You wouldn't be in here if you weren't interested in your country and the politics of the world and everything else. That's what we talk about. Besides food and everything.
Oh, man.
Your Aunt Millie, whatever the shit comes up. Thanksgiving dinners.
John, I checked tonight. Your numbers are over 320K on TikTok.
Outstanding. Outstanding.
I
Our
mean-
voice is going. It's not me. It's us, baby. That's us. Our voices are traveling, and that worldwide. Every one of you that belongs to this family should take pride in that. This is not John's show. This is your show. As a matter of fact, y'all talk more than me. My show, my rants are on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and some other days if I throw one in there. But this is y'all. This family belongs to y'all.
Yep, the whole time I was in San Antonio with you, I was plugging the show when you wasn't even around. And then you came around and they were going, oh,
That guy?
yeah,
That's the guy you're talking about? That guy?
Tonight, yeah.
Yeah, you don't look too pretty.
We
This-
bring in the new people. And that's
Yeah.
what I love to get that
These
Gen
are people
Z.
with good hearts, and they have a
Yes.
solid compass in their
They
You
following,
know.
better get
and it let
you
them
better
learn
get
all
used to it. Better get used to it, John. People walking up to you and say, "Are you that guy?"
It did happen to me, Joe. I'll
telling
never
you.
forget that, brother. And he's talking about himself at HEB
Uh-huh.
down here on Violet. I'm walking in to go get groceries, and Joe walks up to me and goes, "Hey, are you that guy?"
I'm
And
just
that's
hoping
how our
you
friendship
get
started.
more of it. I hope you get more of it, because that means that you are being recognized for everything you do.
I appreciate
bet
it.
you're
I
right.
appreciate it.
I'm-
It's the beard. If I shared the beard off, nobody'd know me for shit.
I love-
So, it's the beard, baby. It gets them. Anyway, we're gonna wrap it up for this evening.
If you take the beard off, you'll run into me.
Yeah. Well,
Hey, I want to run into Jorge.
Oh, you
Yes,
got to
we
meet
do.
Jorge.
All right, you guys.
Jorge.
Run into
All
Jorge
right.
over in the blue room.
Over in the
okay?
blue room. Jorge, good night, brother.
Yeah.
I appreciate
I
you
love
coming
y'all.
in. Love you back, brother. Take care of yourself and tell Dan I said hello. KY.
Good karma and peace and love.
That's what we
Sir.
all need, brother. KY, thank you for coming in. Thank you for the donations tonight, brother. I appreciate it.
Hey, Kansas City, here we come.
Kansas
You know.
City. I know it. I told everybody you're pushing for Kansas City. We got to get a Blue Dot meeting going up somehow. We've got to put
Yeah.
something together to find out how we're all going to get together and sit at a real table and look at each other anyway.
I hope so.
We're
It
working
is
on
one thing that I really want to happen.
I know you want Kansas City bad, and it's central, buddy. So
All right,
we're
we'll
working
talk
on
about
it.
that in the blue room.
All right.
We'll wrap it up.
Bernadette's going to whip out the ruler and start whacking knuckles.
I
KY, thank you very much. Uncle Fatty. Where'd Uncle Fatty go? Oh, shit. Uncle Fatty jumped out. Uncle Fatty, thank you for coming in. I appreciate your voice in here, brother. Thank you. And let me see. Joe.
Yes, sir.
Joe. Next time you have
Yes, sir.
turkey and chicken dressing and all that shit. Damn, just a
telling
few
you.
miles
We're
down
going
the
to the
road,
blue room
brother.
and-
I'm telling you. Let's go in the blue room and discuss it, though. Joe, I love you.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
for coming in, brother.
Love you,
Take
my
care of
man.
yourself. Tell Maria I said
Bye-bye.
hi.
I will.
All right. And Miss Chick,
Yes, John.
thank you, baby. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Peace and anyway. Your calming
was-
voice. That's what I was going to say. You got anybody you want to call out?
I do have a couple. I also kind of have a puzzler here
A
because
puzzler.
I've been talking about Louisiana's primary coming up
Right.
for their state positions, and it says October 14th. Isn't that a Saturday?
Well, Friday's the 13th, so the 14th would indeed be Saturday.
Is that a little unusual?
Election day on Saturday? It is, I would
I've
think.
seen Thursdays, and so maybe I've got the date wrong.
Well, if you're in Louisiana, check that shit out. Find out when that
Yeah,
when
check
your
it
election
out.
is. Let's make sure
I
you're
might
in
have the
there.
wrong date. Not sorry about that if I do.
Oh shit, where the world's in
I can't
trouble.
imagine it being.
Alan
I
Roberts
can't
just
imagine
came
it
back
being
in.
convenient, you know.
Let me get this real
Anyway.
quick. Alan Roberts just came in with a $2 donation all the way from Canada and said, John for president. Yeah, John just can't do that because I'd walk around doing that kind of shit to people. Are you shitting me? Come here and slap the head. Anyway, Alan, thank you very much, brother. I'm too old anyway. The age is a thing nowadays. Go ahead, Miss Chick. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Okay, so yeah, I got some people that shared that shit.
Who shared that shit?
Mitch Brown from Colorado,
Outstanding.
Alicia Hager from California, Randy Williams from Pennsylvania, Ms. Monty Washington from Georgia, Omar Moyo from Virginia. He's a wonderful little backyard farmer.
Outstanding.
Go, Omar. Dennis Wilson from Virginia. And then we had an interesting one. It's a page called, and this is a Gaelic term, cyanide, and it's not spelled the way it sounds because it's Gaelic, and it actually means born of fire. But the page is called Cyanide Ancient Fire from Texas.
Outstanding.
And they shared your shit.
And we appreciate anybody
We
who shares
do.
our shit. That's how the family grows. Every time I come in and start there, we have new members in here. So and so subscribed or something, you know, and it's just the family grows every day because people share that shit. So thank you, Miss Chick. We appreciate it very much. And you, darling.
Well, you're welcome, and we can all do that. We can all share that shit, subscribe, like,
All that.
pass it.
Them buttons are right down there at the bottom. Jake Sellers, thank you very much. I like that guy. Anyway, Bernadette.
Yes, sir.
We ain't got time. Say goodnight.
Good night.
Bernadette, thank you so much. And me and Bernie talked on the phone today. That's how we do things around here. We try to coordinate. That's how come we did the 2 for Blue earlier. It was Bernadette's idea that we start that early because we do get carried away with conversation. And sometimes we forget to do our job. And there will be other additions to the Discord room. So look in the channels down there, or the rooms. There might be some additions in there, so y'all pay attention to that. If you're not a member of Discord, I highly recommend. It's a free app. You come in here and look for Blue Dot in Texas, and come in and join the family in the Blue Room or in the live room. There's a lot going on in here, so, and it's all brought to you by the Blue Dot family. Anyway.
Pirates Alex says Sunday, what time Pacific?
Yeah, it's Sunday. We'll be back here. It's always 6 o'clock in the evening, Central Standard Time, my time.
Yep.
So out in California, that'd be 4 o'clock. Out east, that would be 5 o'clock. So.
No.
No.
No, 7.
7.
7 on the East Coast. 5
Oh, that's right. That's right.
mountain,
6. That's right. 6 on the East Coast. 6 o'clock here, 7 o'clock East Coast, 4 o'clock on the West Coast. Tune in, you'll find us. Anyway, thank you all. Thank you to all those who donated tonight. Thank you to those members going by on that list of the Patreon members that support this show. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't be able to pay the bills at all. So that money comes in once a month, and that's how we pull this shit off. And I want to thank everybody who does. And it comes from the bottom of my heart. So anyway, we're all going to run over to the Blue Room and have the after party. So that's why you should join Discord. And in the meantime, we'll be back. Tomorrow is Beer and Bud Friday, so please be prepared. Put the beer on the ice. Yeah, I'm going to get ready to put a little bud in the bowl there. And
just something in the bowl.
Put a little something in the bowl, and we're going to slide into a weekend. And other than that, we'll be back here on Sunday night for another Blue Dot Feed.
Little ice cream in the bowl.
There you go.
Yeah.
Whatever makes you feel better. Anyway, y'all say goodnight.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, y'all. Y'all take care, and we'll see you later. Bye. Oh, I got to hit that thing. I hit that. No.